I've got one that can see.
Logic before authority.
Hi guys, this is Daniel Alexander Cannon here on Logic Before Authority. And I wanted to correct some things that are going on. There's some negative things going on in the truth community, one of which I'm not going to get into right now. But one I am, and that is people jumping to conclusions without actually researching what they're saying. Okay. It's been said that there are now 3 volcanoes on La Palma. There are not. Okay. All there is a lava tube, a previously established lava tube that lava has ran down through and is pouring out. And I'll show you that location down here in just a minute. But right now, I'm going to show you where they showed it, what looked like a new volcano, and the way that they worded it, the people who released the footage, it could cause people to think that this was a new volcano. But if you dig into things before you just get on YouTube and start shouting them, you will find out the truth. This is a bus stop location, okay? This is also the location from where the so-called new volcano is located, and it is not. All this is the location from which they were filming the volcano that currently exists. They were filming from here down this way so that they could see this cone sticking up across this hillside here, this mountain peak, or whatever you want to call this. Okay, so they were, let me see if I can get it just a little bit better. You see, they were down here on this road that runs through here, filming across this way, catching this now taller Cumbre Vieja volcano over here. Okay, there's not a new volcano that's around here. When we're looking at the island from this perspective, there's this volcano that's got several vents, and then there is the lava tube that opened up down here. Okay, and I'm not sure which one of these lava tubes it was. See these things here, these little mounds, like here's a good one. Okay, these are locations of lava tubes that get opened up on the mountain, on the volcano, that sometimes the lava runs underground and runs down and comes out of these locations out in the middle of nowhere. For instance, over here. Okay, these are not volcanoes. These are lava tube exit locations. Okay, these are where lava has come under the ground from the volcano, because there's technically only one volcano here, okay? And it has moved down this rift over time. The original volcano was back up here, where you can see that at some point in time there was a huge collapse that ran down through here and out into the sea. But over time, the island has kind of shifted, and the volcano moves down this way, and now it exists, as you can see. We've got the outlets where the lava is coming out down here. And specifically right now, right in this area. And like I say, sometimes the lava will travel underground and then find a crack in the ground, because this whole island has got a bunch of cracks and lava tubes and everything in it. Travels underground and then just comes out down here, like here. And that's what you're seeing with that one that was over in this area. And that's exactly what you're seeing over here, is those guys were just filming from over there, looking at this area here from that direction. Okay, so there is no 3 volcanoes. People mean well that are doing this, I believe, and they're trying to cover the information, but they're rushing it too much because they want to be the first. Okay, to get out on YouTube and say it's getting worse, and draw a bunch of views, because they want to draw a bunch of views, and because they want to be first, and they want to build their channel, and they want to, but those things have to come second or third. What has to come first is accuracy. Okay, being right. Now, I've made some claims about this island, okay, about the fact that it appears that it's being manipulated, and there are signs because of the predictive programming that I've shown y'all guys on my channel. Yeah, I think that there's some kind of a plan. Maybe not right now. It might be 5 years from now. I mean, when they built the Twin Towers 33 years before they fell down, they released propaganda over those 33 years. Not really propaganda, but predictive programming, whether it be in cartoons, in albums, in music, in video games, in magazine covers, in all kinds of things, where they released saying and showing that those Twin Towers were going to fall, didn't they? So we don't know when this is going to actually be an event. And even if it was an event, this island, it's not a small island, but it's not very big either. Okay, and I don't really like using this view here with the ball and all that, but you see how tiny that is? That whole island could fall into the ocean, and to expect it to destroy the East Coast is not logical thinking. It's just not. Now, I also would say this. If you look back at 3/11, back when the tsunami hit Hawaii, remember that? I highly suspect that these guys have the ability to create tsunamis, okay? And if we take a look at that as an example, okay, if we come over here to Hawaii, I mean not Hawaii, that's another subject, to Japan, and we go down here, out here where this earthquake happened, and then it caused a major tsunami in Hawaii, didn't it? Yeah, it did. Major tsunami that ran inland for quite a long ways. But did it affect anything over here? Did we have any disaster on the West Coast? No, we did not. Okay. These events like this, like if Hawaii, for instance, if the Helena slump in Hawaii was to come off, would it create a tsunami? Absolutely. And it would be very bad, I think, for the islands here. Okay. I don't know how bad for sure, but it would be bad. because you can see you got a major cliff running right off the edge of this tallest volcano in the world. And this area right here is called the Helena Slump. This area right here. And there are earthquakes along this slump every day. And there are major cracks that already exist here. For instance, you see that crack right there? It runs all the way down to where? To the sea. And it runs upwards basically all the way to the volcano. But the point is that there are cracks that can be seen running along this area that looks like at one point it will probably slide into the sea. There's historical precedents, just like what you see at the bottom of these cliffs here. You see all this rubble down here? That's where cliffs have fell off before. You see all this out here? The stuff out here? This is where this cliff has given way before as well. All this debris out here. And it's documented that there are numerous landslides that have taken place. Here's another major one that have taken place. So these events do happen. But, you know, I've spent a lot of time thinking about it, and I just don't believe, without the intervention of man, that this event could destroy the west coast of the United States, or that this event could destroy the east coast of the United States. Now, if this was to happen here, this coastline and all these islands and this coastline through here and likely up into Portugal and all that would have a bad day. They had an earthquake down in this area back about 150 years ago that literally wiped this area along the coast out and killed hundreds of thousands of people. It was an earthquake out here, and it sent a tsunami in, and it just really destroyed things. So they do happen, but without literally an act of God, like a millstone into the sea, or without intervention of man, they don't happen naturally, at least not in our lifetime. Our lifetime is literally just a blink. Blink. Oh, it's over. And compared to the lifetime of where we live on Earth, and the life of the generations and generations that have been here before us, and that will be here after us. So, anyways, long story short, I wanted to correct the information about this stuff, because we're supposed to be the truth community, and we're putting out information that hasn't been cross-verified at least 2 or 3 ways. You never put out information without cross-verification on an event like this. Now, obviously, I put out videos speculating, theorizing about potential future events, but I will back it up with tons of research and information and cross-referencing and predictive programming and so on to give some creed to the concept that I am talking about. But when a new video comes out and we just claim it's a new volcano because we haven't done our research, that makes us look bad. It definitely makes certain channels on YouTube look bad today. So let's all just learn from this and realize that we need to take a step back. I mean, what if somebody was put out a video that was CGI and showed that a tsunami was coming? What kind of problems do you think that could cause? And people bought it and started running the streets and freaking out. People on the East Coast, which are like 4,000 miles away. You could drop anything over here in the ocean. And the energy has got to spread out. Just like if you toss a coin in the water or a rock in the water in the pond, the energy is going to spread out. And by the time it gets even halfway across here, it's going to lose the majority of its power because it has to spread out. The ocean is too big. If you had something that was an enclosed environment like this, for instance, and there was a major explosion in here, like right now, there are volcanoes going off right here, cones of volcanic vents blowing up through this area right here, and nobody even cares. There's about 10 of them, volcanic vents, right off of Tabasco. See this little inlet area here? They're right out in here. You can see them on satellites. You can see them on anything that shows the satellite feeds that shows heat or fire on the earth. It shows up right in here. And you can see the smoke coming from them on satellite imagery. Smoke coming from the vents. Nobody's concerned at all about that. They're concerned about 4,000 miles away. This little tiny rock might blow up. Let's slow down. Let's think logically and critically, guys. I love you. I'm sorry that I'm not on my regular channel, but thank you for coming over to this channel. Make sure you subscribe, because I'm going to go ahead and build this channel on up some. And I'll be continuing to release videos on here that I would not otherwise release on my main channel, because I don't want to draw certain kinds of attention to my main channel. Yes, because I don't want to lose it. I've been terminated 3 times over 10 years. And it is no fun to rebuild a YouTube channel from zero. I promise you. And if you've never had to do it, you don't know what I'm talking about. It takes thousands of videos and thousands of hours of time. All right. I'm going to let you go. I love you. Father loves you. We'll talk to you again real soon.